Hey guys, it's Laurel. I'm so excited to film today's video because we are celebrating hitting 40,000 subscribers here on YouTube. It's wild to me to think that I started this YouTube channel 12 years ago. We've gone through so many phases of content. We used to do music videos before YouTube was owned by Google. And after that, we did vlog style content, musical theater content, backstage musical theater content, horror, gaming, streaming, and we're encapsulating it all under the umbrella of fangirl core, and I couldn't be happier. So I feel like it's about time that y'all get to know me, okay? There's some of y'all that are new, there's some of you who have been here a while but haven't been here since I've talked about myself on the channel, so I just would like to take this moment to like really introduce myself. And I have some big ideas for when we hit 50,000 subscribers, so fingers crossed that'll be in the near future. But until then, I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube if you had any questions to ask me, and I would put them in the video, and this is that video. And before I get into the actual questions, I figured I could give you an introduction about me. I'm Laurel, I am 28 years old, my pronouns are she, they. I identify as queer, because I don't really know what my gender is or what my sexuality is, but that's all you guys really need to know, and I'm good with just knowing that for now too. At a very young age, I knew I wanted to be a singer and Broadway performer. I spent all of my childhood and teen years and young adult years doing musical theater, community and professionally. I toured with a company when I was 12. I've been in a few episodes of Strawberry Shortcake for voice acting. You can catch me voice acting in Dungeons & Dragons podcasts around the internet sphere, including some for Rooster Teeth. I am the voice actress for a character called Rule in a video game series called Rule Number 1 and Rule Number 2. I'm a musical theater girly at heart. The reason I stopped doing that was because I had a vocal cord injury, but we're recovering now and hoping to get back into more theater. I actually did some last year as well. I am neurodivergent, ADHD, and I have special interests in horror, gaming, K-pop, music in general, mental health, and also sex positivity. Yeah. Okay, starting with Instagram questions. How does it feel to be in the 40K/40K club? So this is in reference to the fact that I have 40,000 subscribers on YouTube and now 41,000 followers on Twitch. And it's not real. It doesn't feel real. I'm so grateful. I know I've worked hard and I deserve this, but like I'm really good at minimizing my accomplishments, so I'm really trying to be proud of myself in this moment. So thank you guys for allowing me space to like feel proud of myself. Okay, the next question is relevant because our last video that we posted was about me trying to find my bias for ATs. Have you found who your bias is on ATs? Because if it's you know, I'm about to throw hands. Just kidding, bestie. So I really love this series that I decided to do with ATs where we did a bias search because you guys saw it before I did. I fell in love with like Yuno's talent and visuals and everything super early on. But I'm also the girl in your friend group who doesn't know she has a crush on someone until everybody's told her she has a crush on someone. Yeah, when I posted the second video of the series, everybody was like,
"Girl, you love Yuno so much."
And I was like, oh, you're right. I filmed the final video of the bias series not long after that, but we didn't post it for months because we were trying to get the holiday content out first, and then I took a really long break and blah, blah, blah. So in between when I filmed the third video to when it was posted, my love for certain group members changed, shifted, progressed, etc. So you guys are wrong a little bit in the comment section. Yes, I think Yuno is my bias. He might be my alt bias. I don't know. I'm sorry. Your girl is doing her best. I just adore him. We have a similar sense of humor. I think he's super talented. I love watching him dance. Obviously, you guys know I love his vocal tone, but all of you guys are like, San is your wrecker. San is for sure your wrecker. And guys, San is not my wrecker. I actually think I have two wreckers, and I think they're Jung Ho and Hong Jung. And sometimes Yosang. Guys, it's just half of the group. I don't know. Maybe I'm 028, and Yuno is just like my number one. I don't know. I'm sorry. We do have to share Yuno. I'm very sorry. Please don't throw hands. I am sensitive. When is your birthday? July 21st, 1995. Year of the pig, which is rude. I don't know. What is your favorite flower? I don't even know if it's technically a flower, But I love sunflowers. I think they're beautiful. I love how bright they are. I love that they move to face the sun. As they grow in the direction of the sun. I think that's like weirdly poetic and beautiful, and I just love sunflowers. And you never see a bouquet of sunflowers at the grocery store or anything, so I've never gotten a bouquet of sunflowers. But I'm manifesting that for me. I'm manifesting it. Do you have plans for a next tattoo? Yes. I actually have an appointment to get a tattoo on Valentine's Day with my friend Olivia. If you guys haven't seen my vlog from my first tattoo, she went with me to get my first tattoo. We're getting tattoos together on Valentine's Day. Do you have a favorite way to decompress? It used to be I'd turn on my little sparkly globe light downstairs and watch an anime or watch a horror movie or something at the end of the night with like a glass of wine, whatever. I'm not really drinking that much anymore. And I haven't been watching much TV because now I'm in my K-pop era. So what I've been doing lately is FaceTiming my friend Mara. We pretty much FaceTime every other night. And we watch K-pop vlogs together. So that's actually how I've learned more about Stray Kids and ATEEZ offline, not in reaction content with y'all. And I don't know, it's just really nice to just sit and laugh and giggle and chill and then go to bed. You know what I mean? What's one thing about you that most people don't know? I guess it's the strawberry shortcake thing. Maybe. I voiced a character in Strawberry Shortcake when I was far too young, and the song was far too low for me, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it because it's not my best work because I was a child. But yeah, I voiced a Strawberry Shortcake character. Maybe that's like my big surprise. I also think people are surprised to find out that my hair is naturally strawberry blonde. What's currently your go-to absolute banger song? I have a few. If it's not K-pop, it's kind of ironic, but Idol Worship by Paramore has been my favorite song for like 10 years since that album After Laughter came out. That is my song that I scream in my car when I'm feeling like I'm being Ramona Flowers. That's a whole other thing. That song is so relevant. Being a content creator or being somebody that's put up on a pedestal, that song is the song. You know what I mean? And it's also a pun, which I love, but it's a fun song to just yell in the car. Current K-pop banger songs, it depends on the mood. I'm loving LE SSERAFIM's Perfect Night. It makes me feel girly and cute, and I like getting ready to that song. But if I want to feel badass or like cool or like vibe and forget where I am in the moment, Heyday by 3RACHA. Actually, let's see what my number one on repeat is right now. My number one song on repeat on Spotify is Deja Vu by ATEEZ. So, opinions on Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't have any. Top 5 favorite animes of all time. Fruits Basket is my number one. This show has healed a lot of my trauma. It's very therapeutic, and it's romantic, and it's funny. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It is the first anime that got me into anime, and it was so good that I struggled to find anime I liked after it because it's funny, but it's also so dark and wonderful storytelling. Number 3 is on Netflix. It's called Romantic Killer. I love it because it's just me. It's just a gamer girl who doesn't have time for romance because, I don't know, probably because she's scared of dealing with it and getting hurt, but she's so real. Number 4 is Chainsaw Man. I talked about Chainsaw Man in a video recently. I love it and hate it for some of its quirks, but it's so kink forward. And I don't know, and it keeps you on your toes. Like, some of those episodes were crazy and shit escalates so quickly. And the women are so powerful. I love strong female leads. And I hate to put this in my top 5 because it's so dark, but honestly, I binged it in a day. So Erased, really dark. Definitely look up trigger warnings if you don't know that, if you want to watch it. But it's good. Top 3 favorite musicals. Into the Woods is my number 1. Sweeney Todd is probably my number 2 or my number 3. And Legally Blonde. The duality or the triality of those, I don't know. But I love all 3 of those musicals so much. Heathers is a very close 4th. I was in it, and it was one of my favorite shows I've ever been in. However, it can be a little triggering for me. Not a question, but you look 22, not gonna lie. Oh my god, thank you. I am not 22. What was your impression on K-pop before and after getting into it? What are your top 3 groups? So this is hard for me because I was exposed to K-pop multiple times without knowing I was. And I actually think that's true for a lot of people. I think Gangnam Style is K-pop. Correct me if I'm wrong. And obviously, like, that went viral. And I remember watching that and being like, this is brilliant. Everything about this, genius. It's fun, it's funny, it's catchy. The dance is easy to learn. So it's like trendy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember just being like, this is what capitalism and music is. I was like, this is genius. But I remember I have a very like vivid memory of people introducing me to Blackpink's How You Like That. And I remember watching the music video in my living room with one of my friends and just like jaw dropped, like, like, okay, this is sick. I get mesmerized with dances. At the beginning of the pandemic, I used to just watch those like Hollywood studio music groups where they would just do covers of songs and make their own dances. That was how I would pass the time, okay? I love dancing. I'm not good at it, but I love people who are. I don't know. I always knew that if I got into K-pop, I would like it too much. And so that's why I resisted for so long. And the only reason, and I'm going to be so honest, guys, the only reason the floodgates were opened is because Mara forced me to watch videos with her. She was staying in my home, and it was all she wanted to watch. The day after I turned 28, and we sat and we watched K-pop videos all day. And at some point, I stopped resisting. And I was like, yeah, no, this is fire. All of it's fire. This is so cool. This is great. God damn it, I'm screwed. My brain is only K-pop now. This is how I am with a lot of video games too. Like, there's a few video games I haven't touched because I knew if I played them, I'd get addicted and not want to do anything else for the rest of my life, because that's a part of my autism and my ADHD. It takes over my whole brainscape. I'm rambling a lot, and we have so many questions. I'm so sorry. Something on your bucket list: performing on Broadway. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I want it to. What was the first game that you could not stop playing? Kingdom Hearts, actually. Kingdom Hearts was my first special interest. I'm like 99% sure that was my first ever special interest. I was so obsessed. I would draw Sora and Kairi and Heartless all over my journals in elementary school and not pay attention in class, and I would just think about boss fights. And I never actually beat the first one until I beat the second one, and then I went back and beat the first one, because when the first one came out, I was just not a gamer yet, and it was really hard, and I remember crying a lot. Because I couldn't beat the bosses. My brother had to beat Ursula for me, okay? I love Kingdom Hearts, still do. The theme songs will make me burst out into tears as soon as I hear them. Are you planning on doing a sexy K-pop song video? Yes. That is in the works. We have the playlist made. There's so many things that I need to film, and they take so long to edit, so please just be patient with me. I adore you all. Thank you. I get this question a lot, and I never know how to answer it because movies are a special interest of mine, but someone asked what my favorite movie is. I can't tell you what my favorite one is. I don't know. Favorite series of all time is either Lord of the Rings or Scream. So, like, take that with a grain of salt. But I can tell you a movie I think is perfect, and I think it's Midsommar. If you want to know why I feel that way, I have a whole video about it. I'll put it in the description below. It's at the end of the video. I talk about that at the end of the video for a while. I think it's a perfect film. What's your favorite role or character that you've ever played? It might be Heather Duke in Heather's the Musical, or Magenta in Rocky Horror, because you just get to have so much fun with that show. I would give anything to do Rocky Horror show again. What's your idea of a perfect date where I don't have to plan it? That's the tea. I have been the planner my whole life. I just want somebody to take me out. Take me out. Take me out. Just kidding. Y'all are so sweet with the compliments. I'm just gonna post some of the compliments here because saying each of them would take too long. But thank you. You guys are very kind to me. Thank you so much. Would you ever change your hair to another color? If so, what would it be? Actually, I have a lot of plans. This was very out of my comfort zone to do a full half and half, and now I have a lot of plans. However, I'm liking this a lot, so I might stick with it for a little bit longer, but I have plans. Favorite snack at the moment: sliced apples dipped in peanut butter. Fun fact, I'm allergic to apples. Do I still eat it anyway? What's your favorite piece of accessory? Of course, I'm not wearing it right now, but I have my Evil Eye necklace that was gifted to me by my friend Raven a few years back, and I am a firm believer that I lost it because the universe thought I wasn't ready to wear it. You don't have to believe in crystals. You don't have to believe in any of it, but I do. Don't poo-poo on my parade. It's something that I believe in. But I remember I lost it for like 2 years, found it out of nowhere and was like, holy shit, this was a gift and I never wore it. When did I start wearing that necklace? It was around the time that I started making content in October of last year. I think that was also the time when a lot of things were changing in my life for the better. Things were shifting. I was protecting my peace in a different way. Y'all really thought I was going to talk about an accessory that makes me feel cute. Honestly, I'm sick of wearing the evil eye. It doesn't look as good on me, but I'm scared of not wearing it because when I don't wear it, shit happens. Bad shit happens, okay? But when I wear it, everything goes well, okay? I started getting new subscribers on my channel. Life felt good after I started wearing that necklace. If we're talking about style, I love my harness. The only reason I'm not wearing it right now is because I'm sitting and y'all wouldn't see it anyways. It would only show here, but my hair would cover it. So it's my harness. I love my harness. I didn't answer all the questions on Instagram. Guys, there were so many for me to get through, but I also need to get to my YouTube comments. So let's check out the comments y'all left on YouTube. What are your thoughts on Arctic Fox hair dye? I recently tried it for the first time and it didn't live up to the hype. Yeah, you know, Arctic Fox does get a lot of love. And I have only used it once. My bestie Gagsy, who is also one of my moderators on Twitch, he came to visit me last year and we bleached his hair and dyed it blue using Arctic Fox. And I'll be honest, it wasn't as pigmented as I've seen. It was kind of a letdown. I'm glad that he liked it, but it wasn't the color I wanted his hair to turn out as. So yeah, I haven't used it since. What are some of your favorite K-pop music videos? I never get sick of Deja Vu by ATEEZ, Case 143 by Stray Kids, and do I have to say it? Red Lights. Who are some of your favorite music artists? I know that you're getting into K-pop, Slay Bestie, me too, but I was wondering who your other artists are. Paramore has been my number one my whole life. Like, ever since my formative years, Paramore has kind of taken me by the throat and been my personality. That's just who it is. On top of that, in my recent years, like, Chapel Roan has been great for, like, my feeling my queerness and being proud of who I am. I had a really big Ariana Grande phase back when she came out with, like, Sweetener. I think that era was, like, big for me. And then, like, growing up, I was always a huge fan of Journey and Queen. Those were like formative bands for me for like the kind of music that I like. I always grew up listening to them in my dad's car. Them and the Beatles and Jimmy Buffett. Just a weird like whatever, but like Journey and Queen have stuck with me since I was a kid. I can always jam out to their discographies. Also like shout out to Freddie Mercury for like bending gender norms early on. I almost wish that I had discovered David Bowie as a kid for the same reasons, but I didn't discover him till recently. Is it okay for us to tag you in K-pop edits that we think you might like? Yes and no. I don't really love the edits where the boys are super sexualized. That makes me uncomfortable. And if it's from new music videos and stuff, please don't tag me because I don't want spoilers, right? Because there's a huge possibility that I'm going to react to stuff like that. But I love when you guys are like, this video screams Laurel and you tag me in it and I watch it because 9 times out of 10, you guys read me for filth. And I love it. So yes, please tag me and stuff. Just be like mindful in what you tag me in. Okay, 2 of you guys asked me what my type was. And y'all are so sweet. But if I'm honest, I'm queer in the sense that, like, I don't have a type because I just love people. I'm demi in the sense that I don't know if I like you until I know that I like you. I don't know how to explain that. But what I've learned from dating in recent years is I need someone considerate and someone who can make me laugh. My love language is acts of service, unfortunately. Literally, you could line up all of my exes and none of them look the same. I really don't have a type. Goal for YouTube and an idol that you don't know that you saw on TikTok that has left you starstruck. I'll answer the latter question first because that's easier for me. Yunjin from Le Sserafim. Before I ever reacted to Le Sserafim, she was always on my TikTok For You page and I would never skip it. I was like, what is so cool about her? Why is she so cool? And it's because she's a theater kid like me. Like, she's just beautiful, and she's talented, and she's funny, and she's real. And a goal for YouTube. Like I said, I have plans for if we hit 50K subscribers. But, like, my goal for YouTube, I would love for YouTube to be my job again over streaming. Streaming has been really hard on my mental health in the recent year. And so that's why I'm really grateful for the way that YouTube is going for me right now. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be famous. I just want to have a backyard one day. That's a TikTok I saw recently. I have a backyard, but that's a TikTok I saw recently, and it just feels real. Like, I just want to be able to live my life and not stress. I think all of you feel this way. All of us do, right? We want to be able to live our lives and not live our lives working. We weren't put on this earth to work. We were put on this earth to live. I'd love to be able to live and work. And I felt like I couldn't do that with streaming. And I'm not done streaming altogether. It's just I'm streaming significantly less than I used to. Next stop, 100,000. Thank you, Clark. How do you find more queer friends when you have anxiety? I'm the one with anxiety. I also have anxiety. I've developed it worse throughout the years, unfortunately. There's a few ways, but full disclosure, my circle of queer friends, IRL, I got because I had one friend who pulled me into the group. So full disclosure. But I can tell you how she created this group of friends. Do you like sports? Or do you like being active and you want to mingle with other queer people? Most states will have like local adult leagues for sports, like kickball or volleyball. That's how she met a bunch of her friends in college. If you like nightlife, don't just go to gay bars, go to events that gay bars are holding, right? Like, that's a way for you to go and do a specific thing. So then you have this like thing that you can talk about with strangers, right? Like maybe there's raffles or bingo or whatever, and you can intermingle. The Renaissance Fair. Guys, I am not joking when I say queer people are at the Ren Fair. Queer people are at the Ren Fair and they want to be your friend. And that is the best place to do it because everybody is in their own fantasy world and they are open for connection because they're all just vibing, okay? You don't have to drink. You don't have to do drugs. You don't have to smoke, okay? You can just dress up, eat a fucking turkey leg, and vibe with queer people. And if they're not queer, they're probably neurodivergent. I mean that with all the love in my heart because I'm both. The Ren Fair is where most of my friends are from. Ren Fair people are so interesting, okay? Like, now I have friends who throw fire for a living. I have friends in the burlesque community. I have friends that run LARPs for a living. I have friends who go camping for a living or create campsites for people at music festival events for a living. Burn friends, rave friends, all that jazz. You don't have to do those things. I don't do those things. I don't do all those things. I like camping and I like the Ren Fair. But I get to be friends with all these different kinds of people who are so eclectic and weird and interesting and beautiful and sexy and queer and sex positive. So genuinely, the Ren Fair is where it's at. I mean that with my whole heart. And if you're anxious, this is literally not the advice you want. It's practice makes perfect. Pretend you're the person you wish you were. Don't pretend to be somebody else, but be the best version of yourself in that moment who can socialize. It's not super sustainable, but it helps in the moment when you want to mingle. That's what I do, unfortunately. I just pretend I'm confident. What genres of music do you like listening to? Emo, theater, K-pop. What's your favorite game? My favorite game of all time is Dragon Age Origins, but the Dragon Age series is my #1 favorite gaming series of all time, and then Kingdom Hearts is second. I also loved the Borderlands games and Portal. Oh, and I had a huge Fallout 4 phase as well. One of my first cosplays was a Fallout 4 Lone Wanderer. What are you most proud of recently? Protecting my peace and not giving a shit. I give a lot of shit. And I'm working on giving less shit. 2-part question. Would you make your everyday playlist public? And what anime show are you currently watching? Anime or show, sorry. I probably won't make my playlists public because they're connected to my Facebook, and my Facebook's like my only social media that's private. Also, I don't have an everyday playlist. I base my playlists off of my moods. They're literally named after moods. So it just depends on what vibe I'm feeling that day. And what's an anime I'm watching or a show I'm watching right now? I've been binging Singles Inferno. That's been fun. I just finished the 2nd season and I'm going not in order. I started with the 3rd, 2nd. Now I'll probably watch the 1st. But that's been fun. Korean dating shows are so different from American dating shows because we are so raunchy, and there's something so beautiful about how basic Singles Inferno is. It's really refreshing. I don't know. But with animes, actually, I want to ask your guys' opinion because I want to watch too many. I want to start too many, so I don't know where to start. I've started Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, and I haven't gotten more than like 3 or 4 episodes into each. So which one should I prioritize? Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer? Let me know. I had another person ask what my favorite games of all time were, but they also asked, do you have any games you'd recommend for a casual gamer? Yes. Okay. If you don't have people to play with, Animal Crossing New Horizon and Stardew Valley, you've heard of these. I'm sure people have told you to play them for sure. But the things I love about both of those is you can play them at your own pace. They can get so overwhelming when you watch other people play them. But, like, genuinely, there is no rush in either of those games. Like, you can take your time. Also, Unpacking, it's a short game, but it's a game with storytelling based on just unpacking someone's things. There's no dialogue. It's just cozy and chill, and the story is really beautiful, actually. If you guys are not gamers, but you want to play games that like play like movies, I always recommend the Life is Strange series. It's pretty queer-coded and chill. Or you can play the dark anthology games if you like something a little bit scarier. Those are Little Hope, Man of Medan, House of Ashes, I think like The Devil Inside or something like that. These are a bit scary, but they're pretty linear. Basically, what you're doing is you're just making choices that create the end of the game. I like games like this because you can just casually sit and play them on the couch with a controller, but like all of your decisions matter. So I find them very fascinating and fun, and it gives it replayability because like everyone can die, everyone can survive, everybody can hate each other by the end of it, everybody can be friends by the end of it, some people can be dating, like, you know, like it's there's so many options, and it's just fascinating. My favorite game of that style is Until Dawn, and that's being remastered soon, so slay. And those are all the questions that I plan on answering today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys feel like you've gotten to know me better. Currently, we have K-pop videos that have been filmed and are being edited right now, some new K-pop music videos that just came out, some AT stuff, some Stray Kids stuff. I know there's stuff that I have said we're going to post and get to, and I haven't yet. Like I said earlier in this video, it all just kind of piles up, and I'm stressed. And I'm trying to stay on top of it. But it's just me and one editor, and she is new to K-pop, which makes it harder. And listen, just bear with us. There's also extra exclusive reactions on Patreon, some edited, some not. I also do unboxings and stuff on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. I am loving just becoming a professional fangirl with y'all. Yeah, I'm just grateful for this community. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're having a good day. Please drink some water. Please eat some food. You deserve to eat today. I don't care how much you ate yesterday or how little you've been working out lately. You deserve calories. You get one body. Take care of it. It's your temple. And I will see you guys on the YouTubes later, skaters. Let's learn more about ourselves and each other together, friends.